Hey guys, Deanne here from Canada Abroad, and thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking about the CRS Calculator, or the Comprehensive Ranking System Calculator, which is a very important tool for anybody looking to immigrate to Canada through the Express Entry system. So if you have looked at the Express Entry system, you may or may not be aware that it is a points-based immigration system. So what this means is anybody who is creating an Express Entry profile, number one, you have to qualify for one of the eligible immigration programs. So this could be Federal Skilled Worker, the Canadian Experience Class, Federal Skilled Trades, or you might have a provincial nomination for an Express Entry aligned program. That's the first step. If you know you meet that criteria, then you're going to want to know what your comprehensive ranking system score is going to be before proceeding. And this is important to know because with Express Entry, applicants are based on their comprehensive ranking system. So this is your global ranking essentially against everybody else who is trying to immigrate to Canada using the Express Entry system. It looks at things like your age, your education, your language abilities in English or French only, your foreign work experience, Canadian work experience, Canadian education, job offer, if you have a sibling in Canada, and it also looks at spouse's education and language proficiency, and then it gives you a score. So with Express Entry, you can either get picked because you have one of the higher scores in the program, or there's now category-based draws, which is where they target specific occupation codes. So if you have the required work experience, one of those occupation codes, and your comprehensive ranking system score is high enough, then you would be invited as well. So if you know that you're going to have a low CRS score, you might not have a realistic chance of being chosen through Express Entry, and you might have to then look at ways to increase your score. So the CRS Calculator is an important tool before you even start your journey with Express Entry, because you want to know before going through language tests or paying for educational credential assessments that your score is actually going to be high enough to give you a chance at being selected, or you might be wasting your time and you need to look at other things to increase that score. So with the tool, you can put in your details. If you don't already know your English test results because you haven't done them, you can do an estimation. I always recommend doing a realistic lower expectation, and then you can also do a higher one so you can see the difference, because language really makes a difference on your comprehensive ranking system score. For some people, it can make 50 points or more of a difference. And if you don't have your education assessed yet, again, you can do an estimation, but you won't actually know how many points you're going to get until you receive your official educational credential assessment back. Some of the organizations do let you put in your qualifications, so what country you received it from, what school, and I'll give you an estimation of what it's going to be worth, and you can use that for the calculator. But again, your CRS score won't be solidified until you actually have your language test results and your educational credential assessment, and you know what you've received on both. But you can always play around with it, get an estimation, and then you'll know, okay, maybe on my language test, I need to aim for a CLB 9. If I get a CLB 7, I'm not going to have enough points. Or you might say, I'm actually fluent in English and French, so it's going to be worth doing both tests to make sure I have enough points. So it's something that you're going to want to look at before going into Express Entry, so that you have a realistic expectation of what your chances are. So thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with the latest Canadian immigration news and updates.